How to get through to someone. Quit engaging. Stop replying. Restraining order. The only sane reason to humor this person is if they share a child. Which would have been stated. Don't reply. Take other steps if needed. You need to block her too. Pro tip. You can't. If they don't want to hear it. They won't. Best option, you block them as well and deal with it as it pops up more, from backup/alternate accounts, and hope they tire themselves out or you get legal action if it gets real bad. Renowned security expert Gavin de Becker wrote about this in his book Gift of Fear. Apparently every response to a stalker-type person buys you 6 weeks of continuing harassment. Ignore at all costs might be your best response here. Good luck. If you're worried about her ever showing up in person, get a doorbell camera, exterior camera, etc. But if she's just reaching out because she's not moved on / maybe a deeply lonely person, etc., whatever she has going on, just stop responding altogether. Tell your husband the same. Both mutually block her everywhere. Any new account gets an automatic block. She'll eventually stop. It's already been mentioned. But get a doorbell camera for your home. Maybe a few other exterior cameras as well. But more importantly, you both need to block her completely. If she finds a way around the block, you ignore her attempts to contact you. Then you block that number or account. Just continue ignoring her. Every time you respond, you're validating that her attempts are working. Quitting alcohol conversations? My wife quit weed and alcohol about 6 years ago. She says that she's been working really hard on her mental health and finally got to a good place. So she doesn't want to ruin that. Most people are perfectly happy with that response and don't need to continue talking about it. Coming from someone who chooses not to drink simply because I don't like it, the conversation isn't usually a big deal. My family will always offer something. I say no, thank you. And we move on with the evening. I have been asked by my fill why I don't drink and what I do to let off steam, so maybe prepare yourself with an answer for that. The only bump in the road I've run into is when I host things. People get a little disappointed that there's no alcohol. But after years of me not drinking, they know to bring their own if they want alcohol. I quit drinking in 2020. Best decision I've made other than drastically reducing eating sugar. Good for you. I haven't found people to be very intrusive when I say I don't drink. But if they ask why, I just shrug and say I just don't. Usually they drop the topic and move on. Of course there might be awkward people who can't take a hint or feel weird about drinking around a sober person. But other folks' experiences and emotions are their own responsibility to manage. Do your thing. It's good for your health in so many ways. Just say you don't drink if offered. You're under no obligation to anyone. If you feel like you're being too upfront and just saying you don't drink, you're not. You can also say you lost interest and stopped altogether. I drink maybe a couple times a year during special occasions when I know I'm not driving or under any responsibilities or duties to my job or anyone else. Most of the time I'm offered, I just say I'm driving or DD for the night, as it's the truth and the folks I hang out with understand without a second thought or say. Other times I say I don't feel like it. Face looks pulled to one side? Does his look stretched out? Wide-angle lens distorts perspective on picture edges to make rectilinear angles. You are probably being overly critical of yourself. Don't let it turn into one of those things that you end up feeling self-conscious about for years. If you are really curious, ask your doctor next time you're there. Just remember that others around you have already accepted you and how you look. So don't let the fear of them not hold you back from accepting yourself. Have you ever had Bell's palsy? My daughter got it twice from stress after her mother passing. From what the doctor told me, it can happen in your sleep without you knowing. Elvis Presley's lip curl was due to having it. My daughter's face wasn't affected at all first time, but second time she got the lip curl. 10 or so days of steroid tablets and it went back to normal. Almost everyone's face is asymmetrical. Some more than others. Mine is pretty bad. My eyebrows are uneven. One of my eyes looks more sad than the other one. My nose is crooked. My teeth are hopeless, lol. But anyway, you're not alone. It's normal as long as that's how you usually look. If it just happened and you suddenly can't move your face normally or something, go to the ER, lol. Does anybody else eat cabbage on New Year's for luck? Sounds good. Never heard of this. It was always pork and sauerkraut growing up. These days it's steak and Brussels. Growing up, my grandma always made cabbage rolls on New Year's. I loved it. That sounds good. Will you make me some? I'm hungover. What are some things Reddit has helped you with? Making me aware of what I have really missed by not going further in relationships when I could have done. What I never had I now really miss. Understanding what a dead bedroom is and finding those with shared experiences. Information. I know you can Google. But here you can have conversations with real people and get personal experiences too. Helped me feel less alone and that others are going through some of the same issues I am. I left an emotionally abusive relationship because someone recommended the book Why Does He Do That? By Lundy Bancroft. I'm forever grateful to that person. Whoever it was. Skincare and skincare products. Making peace with HPV-caused precancerous cells and how common and treatable it was. How to advocate for myself in every area, but especially when it comes to doctors and hospitals. Research on various topics. Understanding other people's opinions or experiences. Occasional meme content. It's one of my go-to solo pastimes. Be more comfortable with my past. So many people in my offline life try to use it against me. I found Reddit while I was going through a tough time with fertility. I found communities that helped me realize that it was normal to feel the way I felt. I was very alone with nobody to talk to about these feelings. I'm very thankful. Feeling the feeling of falling in love is amazing. It's like you're on top of the world and nothing can bring you down. You feel happy all the time. Even when things are tough. You just know that everything will work out because you're in love. Releasing pent-up emotions and feelings that I cannot say in the real world. Being able to be there to encourage and uplift someone else through the written word, the best way I communicate. Having others confirm my struggles that I thought were rare and uncommon. Unique only to me. Helping me to feel less alone.